Welcome back to the market. I'm gonna keep this intro short and simple. We're making sexy drill, and if you don't know what that is, I'm gonna tell you about it.
Positions like rump punch, all it took was one touch.
I live in New York. The sound, this song, this music is everywhere. If anyone was to teach you how to do it, besides Cobain and Charlie and all them other folks, of course, I'll be the best to do so, and that's what I'm gonna do. Like I said, the sound we're talking about is sexy drill. It's a new style of drill, fresh out of Queens, New York, curated by Cobain, Charlie, and a group that likes to call themselves the Slizzies. So the biggest difference between regular New York drill and sexy drill is, one of them is sexy. Normal New York drill is dark, gritty, street, aggressive, and a whole bunch of other shit that's been there, done that. Sexy drill puts a nice, smooth, fun spin on it. And it's I'm not gonna say it's necessarily catered towards women and girls and stuff like that, but it's a lot less surprising to see a shorty driving around in a car listening to Cobain than it is to see her listening to K-Flock, if that makes any sense. Sexy drill talks about a lot of girls, partying, drugs, but all in like a fun, more upbeat kind of way. But yeah, that's enough of the talking. I'm gonna show you guys how to make some shit of your own. Stay tuned to the end because I'm really dropping bangers. We're gonna start off talking about the cash chords. Now, if you don't know what cash chords are, they're basically very simple, straightforward chords that Cobain likes to use in his sexy drill beats. They're really just simple chords with not a lot of transition, top notes, melodies, not a lot of pizzazz or extra juice or none like that. 8 bars preferably for variation, and they're smooth. The key is the smoothness. You gotta get something that's smooth, because this is the foundation of it all. He called it out in the interview. I might edit this video and put it in, might not, we never know. But yeah, in the interview, he mentioned he likes to use cash chords, and that's what these are. I went to Splice. I got a real quick, simple piano loop that it sounded like a violin or some sort of horn or something like that in the background, some sort of string in the background. It was a little too fast and pitched up a little too high, so I pitched it down a little bit. I stretched it to like 150 something BPM. Then I got the genius idea to reverse it. And reversing it, at least to me, made it feel a lot more smooth. It felt like there was a constant build-up throughout the whole beat. Every chord being reversed instead of the normal way adds a cool little effect of suspense to it. After that, I followed up with this weird horn sound. It's a horn accent. Nothing really crazy, nothing really special. I just used that to essentially transition from one 8 bar to the next, and as like a slight top melody. It's more of an accent than a melody, but this beat doesn't really have a top melody, so we're gonna go with that. Then I finished everything off with my tag. Now, something that I've been doing recently, I don't know why, I like it. I'm gonna keep doing it for sure, is I've been using my tag as like a vox in beats. So the same way you hear a vox, if you don't know what a vox is a vocal loop. But same way you'll hear like vocal chops and stuff in beats, like old Kanye beats and stuff like that. I've been using my tag as that because, I use my voice to make it. And it's just cool, it adds a little bit of character. And in these Cobain sexy drill beats, you'll either hear vocal loops playing all in the background or like chops of them in it, because it'll be like a sample chopped up. So I decided to use that as another like little accent, just to add a little more character to the melody. And that's really it when it comes to the whole melody. It's a simple beat, like I said. You don't have to do too much with these beats. You can, but that's what we got for now. To move on to everybody's favorite part, the drums. Maybe the most important part when it comes to drill. So when it comes to drums for sexy drill, if we're being 100% honest, it's really normal New York drill drums, but the snare is replaced with a snap and there's a lot more space. But yeah, the snare is replaced with a snap and there's a lot more space in the drums. What I mean by a lot more space is in like a beginner or middle level beat maker's beat, you might hear a bunch of sounds just playing on top of each other and playing with no regard to the other sounds in the beat. But in these beats, essentially like each drum sound or each instrument sound responds or notices the other drum sounds in it. In doing so, it creates space. And now to dumb down what I just said instead of using big fat monster words, the sexy drill beats are basically normal New York drill beats. It's basically drill hats with a snap instead of a snare and a lot more space. Very, very, very simple stuff. So we're gonna start off with the hats, with the hi-hats, typical drill pattern. I did spice it up a little bit by adding half notes. I guess I'm gonna call them half notes, but it's basically notes that I put in. I turn down the velocity. It just adds more variety to it. I did that for that. And yeah, this is simple. For the snap, which is honestly one of the most important parts of the drum part of sexy drill, this is what makes it sexy drill drums. Essentially, you just take wherever you would have put a snare at, you put a snap at. That's how you do sexy drill in general. For me, that's exactly what I did with this mindset. And I had the snare play off of the hi-hats a little bit. So I would leave space in the hi-hats to allow the snare to play. And that is how you make bounce. Just letting you know that. But yeah, simple stuff. Honestly, the kick, I can't explain how I put them down, but I just put them down how I'm feeling. But it's nothing special, like I said, just like any old New York beat. I did, however, have the kick play with the sub bass that I used, which I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about the sub bass right now. So the sub bass I use is the Arc'teryx sub bass, popularized by Can way back when. I don't even know when he started using that, but and I added slide notes. The slide notes adds a lot of character. It's typical in New York drill, at least when like K-Flock and them was popping, and they've died out a little bit. So you know, I decided I might as well bring them back a little. I added it because I wanted a little more texture grit to the low end of the beat when making it. I also paired it with like an 808 type thingy, which I'm going to show you guys as well. I really just tried to follow the root notes of the chords, kind of. A little bit of deviation and variation while I'm going through it all. That's what went through my mind when I was really putting down this pattern. And it just adds a cool little bit of character, you know, like cool little moments in the beat that you wouldn't have had if you didn't do nothing like that. So now, when it comes to arrangement for this one, I made a song out of this beat. So I made the 8-bar loop, then I cloned it a bunch of times, and I made my little song. And then I went back and arranged it according to the lyrics of the song. But it's normal arrangement. The first 4 8 bars is gonna be just melody, maybe some light drums, and the tag hits, then it drops, and then you have the whole rest of the beat. I have a few chops, parts where the melody goes out, or the drums, the kick goes out, or it's just the low end, but for the most part, it's a simple arrangement. You can see it on the screen. If you have any questions, comment down below, I can help you, but it's simple, like I said. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna play the whole song. I'm gonna play the beat or the song, whichever one I do. It doesn't really matter to me. If you wanna hear the full thing, I'll link the song down below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, type them down below, let me know. Like, comment, and sub up. If you have any video ideas too, I've been in a video idea job. Comment them down below if you got any questions of FL, anything like that. I've been doing this for like 3-4 years, so maybe I can help. But yeah, I appreciate you for tuning in. Hope to see you again at the market. All hell. This shit 20 minutes? Why is this a 20-minute talk show?